I welcome you back across the four quadrants of the universe. In our particular area of the quadrant, we spanned space and time to bring you the Captain's Quadrant. And with me, as always, Science Officer Jason. Oh, you've upgraded yourself. I
Hello,
love it.
sir. Yeah, I'm back. I had to bribe a few officials, but I got the role. I'm pretty happy with it.
I
But I got
love
to
it.
say, I mean, the name fits the outfit, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Your
I got to
nice
thank the
science blue
captain
there.
for
Yeah.
sending me science officer uniform. So
Yes. And
happy to wear it.
that those threads traveled across space and time to get to you.
Yeah. It took about
Yeah.
3 weeks to
Yeah,
get
that was
from
a
you guys to here. So
yeah, but it worked
there
out
you
in the
go.
long run. Looks good. Looks good.
Looks
You look
awesome.
looks very dashing in your proper threads.
Got to get myself a little com badge, but besides
Yeah.
that, we're good to go.
Yeah, I just got one. Got one myself thanks to the good folks at Party Bazaar here in good old U.S.A.
There you
Uh,
go. No,
um
I'm excited to talk about this episode this week, Captain.
Me too. It was such a great episode. There was a lot going on, and it was very dark, I might add. So a lot of things happened this week. So let's hop it right into First Contact.
I'm not capable of that emotion.
Oh my God, you just wow me every week, Jason. Let me tell you, this was an amazing episode. They did some things that were reminiscent of Wrath of Khan with regards to
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
Excellent. Yes. So they did some things that were very much like Star Trek 2 or The Wrath, and that was perfect, by the way. And I thought it was brilliant. The way they handled dealing with the Gorn, the big enemy, probably of the overhaul show, because they were mentioned as a throwaway, something you had to read, an Easter egg, so to speak, in the very beginning in the first episode. So I think it was fantastic that they're getting their time to shine. And what's really good about this, as compared to some of the other times that they've been on screen, is they're not actually on screen. It's just their ships. And that gives it more of a terror and a mystique because you don't know what they look like. So
100%.
So
yeah.
those are my first.
My thoughts was very much I thought Star Trek 2, obviously, because of the
gas cloud.
But I thought more like Das Boot and Hunt for Red October.
Oh,
it felt very submarine-like, especially that 20-minute scene where they're having that battle, which was just phenomenal. I absolutely thought, wow, they're really going there, and they just did it so expertly well. But for me, really, it's really Lan's storyline, isn't it?
Yeah. Lan got her time to shine.
Yeah.
We got her
time to shine. And she's a great actress. She's doing an incredible job.
Absolutely.
Like a side character, I didn't really think much about. The focus is on, Spock's so awesome, and Pike and Hammer and all them. But yeah, she really won me over as a character.
Number one, yeah.
She was a bit blindsided by her own rage.
Right.
But overall, I thought she was fantastic, and it was, another great episode.
Yeah, they've been blowing them out of the park, as we say in baseball. It's just hit after hit. It's fantastic. They're going to get a world record here. And let's jump into the episode summary.
Captain, incoming message.
While on a routine supply mission to a colony planet, the U.S.S. Enterprise comes under attack from an unknown malevolent force. Pike brings all his heart and experience to bear in facing this crisis, but the security officer warns him that the enemy cannot be dealt with conventional Starfleet means. Yeah, that was well put. That's exactly what happened. I got to say, before we jump into pros and cons, the look and design of the Gorn ships were really cool. I was impressed because they get several different ones along the course of the episode that they're dealing with, but the colony ship, the main ship, Wasn't like
That's right.
anything I've ever seen. It was
No, it's like it was twisted and chaotic, yet
right.
it's by design for specific reasons.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So that was amazing. So that
I reckon that will be a pro in the pros and cons.
That is the demented laugh of
Data's laugh.
Mr. Data. Yes, yes. When they gave him a laugh and the emotional chip from Generations. Well done. Let me tell you, that was the big pro to me this week was how they filmed the Gorn without breaking canon, because that was the first contact from Captain Kirk.
Yeah, well,
10
canon
years
is
later.
this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
cheesy.
the Gorn.
Right.
So I think that also plays into why we're not getting to see them yet, because I think they're going for I think that must have been tough to redesign this character.
Yeah.
Characters.
And yes. And then we've had experiences with them in Star Trek Enterprise where they were completely CGI.
Yeah.
And so it was yes, it was a mirror universe, but still it was a contact nonetheless. But it just didn't execute the way.
No, not what you can do these days.
Right. Yeah. So I think that if we do end up seeing them on screen for whatever reason, it's going to be, I think there's two things. One, it's going to be somebody that doesn't make it back. And two, it'll be some type of nice puppeteer plus CGI to make it look real smooth. So that was one of my big pros. But I want to go back to the beginning of the episode when they come into the colony and they see it is obliterated and there are blood streaks on the floor and fires embering in the streets as they navigate through the utter chaos and the away team. It was almost nerve-wracking. It was like, whoa, what happened? Who did this? Like,
it was jarring. I will say,
yeah,
the episode like that was quite jarring, but
yeah,
fantastic.
Right. It was a good way to do something different. Usually when you're thrust into the throes of a battle, it's usually, they're already on the ship and bracing for impact and everything. This is the aftermath of something awful. And I just think that the way they played this whole episode dealing with not only the attack of the Gorn, but the rescue of the ship, the interactions between Dr. Mbega and number one as trying to sacrifice herself for the other crewmate because she's a Larian and she could probably survive longer than a human would. I just thought it was utterly fantastic. The way that they handled defeating the enemy, doing something unconventional of just flying above them and just dropping the bomb on them was really cool, as opposed to how they've done it in the past. Is, we got only one ship. All right, only one missile left. So let's save that photon for torpedoes.
Yeah, let's just ram the ship into the ship.
yeah. And this is the first time that I said, let's just use gravity because there's so much gravity, it'll pull the bomb out and blast away. Which
using
I thought was
science
great.
To get
get to the end result
to get the job done is what good Star Trek is all about.
Yeah, I also have to give a huge nod to Hemmer and Uhura's cutaway. Yeah, he really
Hemmer is just becoming one of the great characters. Isn't he already?
Yeah. Oh, hand broken, but he still had to get the job done. Hand was not just broken, but mangled. And
I love that. I love that.
Just props to the props department because they looked. I was like,
there was a finger twisted all the way over
and
there,
one was like super long, and
there was no way he was working through that.
No. And then the reaction of Uhura taking her lead from him. Oh, she
taking no crap from him. She's all over it. She's driven. She's like, let's get the job done. She continues to impress.
Yeah, I absolutely adore this version of Uhura. It's probably, look out, Zoe Saldana. She is fire in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Oh, my
absolutely.
Goodness. So those are my main ones, please.
My favorite, obviously a whole submarine battle, which it is.
Yeah.
Between the Gorn and the Enterprise was just so phenomenally handled. I do love how threatening the Gorn are. Yes. And they're using old Hollywood tricks here. That goes all the way back to Jaws, where sometimes something's more terrifying by not seeing than actually seeing it.
Yeah.
They use the sound design so well with the Gorn because you can hear the reptilian dinosaur noises,
Right.
especially in the throwback with the kids are being chased. When we go back and see Lan as a child being chased through,
Yeah.
and you hear like one of the
clicking
hatchlings after him, and that very reminded me kind of like the Jurassic Park kind of some of their dinosaurs, which totally works for this.
Yeah.
Which I thought was wonderful. I did love my favorite line of the episode goes to this young lady here.
Oh yes, Nurse Joey.
And the reason I give her the best line is they're asking about, when number one is laying in there and they talk about what they're going to have to do. And he's, number one's decided to give the plasma to the other patient. And she goes, well, it's like giving birth, but out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And then Bangla looks at her and goes, who talks like that?
Yeah,
and Chappie comes back and goes, I do. Yeah. Which I absolutely love. So a big shout out to Nurse Chapel, who, let's face it, in the original series was more often than not a plot device or, not always handled the best.
Right.
This version, really fun. Really. Her lack of bedside manner just makes it so entertaining.
Right. I think it's fantastic and very good writing.
The writing is exceptional. I mean, the writing here, I think I put in our chat during the week. I think I've got a crush on the writers.
Yeah, they've done such a good
because the way
job.
they are handling each episode. My only complaint, if this is a down, is that I find myself too often that's just like the disaster episode with Gorn trapped in that. This is like Star Trek 2. I'm looking forward to, and it may be hard because of how many hundreds of hours of Star Trek have already been produced, but getting into things where it feels very much not a callback, but a real standalone kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not super upset about it because at this point the episodes are so well done. The acting is so well done. I'm kind of going with it for sure. So
yeah, I mean, you also have to keep in mind a lot of the stuff that Kirk and Spock and Picard and Worf and number one have done are based off things that Pike's done or Archer's done. So it kind of makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
We've had so they probably read, of course,
the Pike maneuver.
The Pike maneuver, yeah. But you have to keep in mind, like these are the folks that were the pillars of all the captains that came after, the ones that we grew up knowing. So I'm sure that there's some historical reference and artifacts stating, Pike did this and that's how he got out of.
Yeah. So like that, I'm happy to kind of go with that at this point. Yeah. But like I said, it's hard. It's like it's almost like you ever see the South Park episode that said, "Oh,
Simpsons did it."
And it is a bit like that for these guys. It's like, well, they already did this in Star Trek Voyager or Star Trek, But besides that, I mean, I think I'm just trying to nitpick at this point because the episode was so well done.
Yeah,
the characters have very definitive roles. We know exactly where the plot was going, and sometimes that could be a negative. But wow. The Gorn. It's all about the Gorn.
Yeah. It's gone crazy.
I just wonder how they're going to change that to something that is going to be, unique enough. I mean, I know the official online thing has a different version. The game has their Gorn looking more reptilian, more
That's probably the one from Star Trek Enterprise.
I just wonder how they're going to go because it is good to have a villain that is just pure evil, just wants to destroy you. But I hope they learn to communicate.
Yeah,
because that's one of my favorite parts about Star Trek 2 is the negotiation, is the political, struggles and conversations they have. The diplomacy. Of Star Trek. So,
the way that they can make amends with the great
adversity. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm also interested to see how the Gorn is going to play out ultimately because, they kind of faded away for so long and they were only reintroduced in, I mean, you had Next Gen, Voyager, obviously you're not going to run into the Gorn because that's a totally different section of the universe.
And the same Voyager, you're not going
to. Yeah. But, Deep Space Nine never touched on them either.
No.
And then they didn't get any love again until Enterprise, and Enterprise is kind of like the bastard stepchild of Star Trek, unfortunately, due in point to the last episode. But I enjoyed Scott Bakula as Captain Archer. I really enjoyed the show.
I think we've kind of pushed more forward now into.
I am on vacation.
Forward.
All right.
Let's go.
So we are in 10 forward territory here at this point, talking about overall things.
Right.
Look, I think overall this it's going to be very interesting where they go with the Gorn, in the sense of, are they going to be a one-season baddie, or are they going to be an overarching bad guy like a Borg? And is this their attempt to try to bring in that Borg? Because the problem that they have with the Borg could be the problem they have with the Gorn. And the problem they have with the Borg is they end up adding more to the mythology of it, and then it dilutes the initial concept of it.
Right.
If you think about the Borg, when we first introduced to them, they're just this really weird cube in space who are all powerful, and that's it.
Yep.
And then obviously we get a little bit more, and that's great. But the moment they go to the Queen, that's where they've jumped the shark with the Borg, in my opinion, was introducing the Queen. Although I have enjoyed a lot of the scenes with the Queen Borg, including recently with Picard season 2. But so I'll be fascinated. I think we won't see much more of the Gorn now until the end of the season, perhaps.
I think they should be a shadow menace.
Yeah, only always there, looming.
Right.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's a testament to, again, the writers who are clearly know what they're doing. And I think 10 episodes really helps them a lot. As much as I want 22 episodes because I'm greedy, a 10 episode season allows them to be very specific and very smart about the choices they make. Right. There are no filler episodes because you really don't have the time for the filler episodes.
Absolutely.
So it means that each episode, I think, is just being really gone over and over and over again. They are definitely not leaving any stone unturned, which is, I've got to be honest with you, as much as people love Discovery and they love, Prodigy and all the kind of new Star Trek, this seems so a step ahead and above than any other thing they've done in modern Star Trek. Including the Kelvin timeline movies.
I agree. I feel like this franchise is seeing something that only the Mandalorian can be
compared. I think it's probably for Star Trek fans, it's got that impact. It's absolutely got that impact of the first episode of Mandalorian. How amazing that was!
Right.
As a Star Wars fan as well. It's got that same vibe. Like, holy moly, how amazing is this? They are really taking it to the next level.
Right.
And as fans, you're just so appreciative that we're getting this material. It's wonderful.
And I also love, I was paying a special attention to the design of the bridge. And it's very similar to, and I know this is probably a cost-saving thing, but it's very similar to Discovery's ship internally. And then, ironically, they're supposed to be from around the same timeline.
Yeah.
But they also managed to bring it forwards enough where it's very familiar to Kirk's ship. Like, you've got Spock looking through that view finder.
Well, you got the primary reds being used, and stuff like
exactly.
That's very reminiscent to the original series. So, the color choices, it is a wonderful mix. But it is better than a Discovery bridge because this bridge doesn't catch on fire.
No rocks.
Fire doesn't shoot out of panels randomly.
No, it's very sealed.
Every time Discovery got hit, there was just fireballs shooting out of somewhere.
How the other thing was the character that is the O'Brien of this ship, the Asian cast member who
I don't have an image of him, but he played a small
but significant role
in this episode. I
thought they were going to bite the bullet and let him get killed. I was expecting, no, we both get out alive, and then they would both go. But super sad to see that.
I have a feeling they're not. They're saving the deaths of the red shirts. Like, I think they're using them to get more impactful.
Right. Because you're getting, even the
instead
smaller
of just
characters.
killing a guy every couple of weeks, you're going to get one major death throughout the series. Because you can't kill off your main cast, can you?
Right.
You can't do it.
We know Spock, Pike, Uhura, and Una are safe. Everybody else
but we don't know about Ortegas. We don't know if he makes we don't know. Well, we know what happens with him being, and we know what happens with Chappelle. Hammer.
Oh, yeah, Hammer.
If they kill off Hammer, mate, I will
we riot. We will riot. We will riot. But we've got a lot of I think we have a lot of openings.
I will be not happy. So.
Oh, wow. But then I think that they have set up themselves for expendable characters. I think that this is smart writing. I think, like you said, they're not going to start killing off somebody every week. Oh, the red shirt, he's out of here. They're once somebody goes, it's going to be like, oh man, not him. I liked him. Even Timothy Chalamet, who didn't show up this week.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
No,
this week,
but but I think there he is.
The element child of Tom Hiddleston and Timothy Chalamet.
The clone.
Or Lance.
Ensign Lance. He wasn't there this week. Maybe still recovering from the light issues, but I think
it's time, Captain, for some future speculation.
Think of them both as tragic victims of war.
Love that. You can never go wrong with Garrick.
Can never go wrong with Garrick.
Future speculations will be.
Would you know what the episode is next week?
What's that?
Spock Amok.
Oh, yes.
So, which is obviously very heavily implying a relationship to the classic Amok Time episode from the original series.
Yeah.
So, I think it's definitely a Spock-centric episode. I'd be shocked if it wasn't with that title.
Right. I think we're going to get a nice visit from his beloved.
Yes.
I think she's going to show up. Maybe we'll get to see, we're going to get to see the current timeline for Vulcan ships.
Yeah, we probably will. Hey.
Yeah, because they had to have come forward from when Archer was around with those maroon hue as ships.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what they come up with, because I always felt like the Vulcan ships were leagues and bounds ahead of Starfleet with their capabilities.
As they should be, because
they've been around longer.
In many ways, they were a more advanced race, especially in the time of First Contact and all that. So absolutely. I'm really hoping that we get another emotional journey of Spock like they do in Amok Time, because one of the great things about that episode for me was the fact that in most of that episode of Amok Time, you were trying to figure out what is going on with Spock. Why is he so angry?
Yeah.
Why is he throwing plates of soup across into the hallway? Why is he smashing monitor displays?
Yeah.
Why is he freaking out? So a lot of that episode was discovering basically he needs to go home and reproduce. It's actually it's more about mating rituals. So.
Yeah, mating season. Yeah.
But it's the fact that, and I love that about Vulcans, is just the fact it's so ironic that they're so stoic and calm and logical. Yet when that happens, they go not a little bit out of control. They go off kilter completely.
Yeah.
That their inability to handle raw emotions overcomes them.
Right.
So I'm hoping that's what it's going to be.
I mean, I would assume we've been introduced to her in the beginning of the show, so it would be logical if they bring her back for this episode.
Also fascinating.
Yes, fascinating.
But
he really
again. By the way, we should shout out again Ethan Peck this
this
week in the episode. Wow.
Yeah,
guy's so good.
I like your plan.
Yeah.
He's excellent. And then there's
something I want to mention too. Sorry to go back, when he does the mind meld.
Yes.
And then it's kind of coming like she's sensing something's wrong with him.
Right.
In the end of that, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So more than normally with a mind meld, it's the Vulcan seizing control of somebody's. Well, not seizing control, but they are the dominant influence in that exchange
Correct.
of thought to thought. But the fact that they kind of spun that a little bit this week by her going like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
There's some shit you haven't been dealing with either.
Right.
It was yeah.
And it begs me to wonder, since she is the descendant of Khan.
Sorry, what was that?
Excellent. Since she's his descendant, I would assume there's got to be some type of residual beef up of her abilities, and that's why she was able to peek back. I think they're maybe foreshadowing some other features that she may have later on down the line. I think there's going to be a lot more to unravel with that character as the show progresses. And I really want a Hemmer episode. So hopefully afterwards it's Hemmer.
Yeah, well, I think we'll definitely get more of Hemmer as we go.
Yeah.
He's just such a cool, kind of blunt character.
Right.
They've just,
Yeah.
It's look, there's going to be lots to see. And it's, like I said, it's very hard to do future speculations now on this show because I really don't know where they're going week to week with it.
Right, but
it's an episodic television show. You never know.
Yeah.
The only clues we have are the titles at this point, which I love theorizing about anyway.
Yeah, and I think you have a great theory. So with the information we have from the first episode being that Spock's fiance is out in the universe, and plus the title of the episode, I think that you have figured out
get domestic. I think.
Yeah, you have figured out the formula. Look at that. Yeah, science officer's done well. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's basically it for this episode.
Yeah, so why don't you plug your socials and?
Oh yeah, you can find me obviously here at Captain's Quadrant, as well as the Spectrum Santorum site. You can find me on my other channel that I do with my very good friend Ricardo Perone, Pop Culture Spread, where we do lots of trailer reactions. We talk nerdy stuff. We do all this weird TikTok things that Rick does. No, but we have a blast, so you can contact me there, of course.
Perfect. I always do. It's such a good time. A lot of stuff, great insight. So make sure you follow, like, share, and just immerse yourself in the experience that is Pop Culture Spread. And if I'm not mistaken, you're having a contest that's going on right now.
Yes, I should have got that ready. Yes, we've got a contest going where you can win this giant. I wish I had the pictures on me. Box set of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness amulets from all the different characters, as well as a large figure of Star-Lord from all to win for free, worth over $500 with stuff. I don't know what's wrong with this. We're giving it away. So all you got to do is just go to our channel, watch a video, do a comment, and it'll get randomly generated. We'll pick a winner, and no matter where you live in the world, you can find yourself winning some cool Marvel stuff.
Amazing. Well, definitely do not miss this opportunity to grab some things and to immerse yourself in the experience of Pop Culture Spread. These guys are phenomenal. So that is going to do it for us this week in the Captain's Quadrant. We are looking forward to having a Spock Amuck next week. All right. So until next time, I am Captain Joe Dove, and with me is Science Officer Jason. This is Captain's Quadrant. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading, and thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, the Captain's Quadrant. Be well.
Yeah, and watch out for this.